right, this is Dan Meehan for Fight News Australia, and today we have the Gunslinger, John Wayne Parr, who takes on Eduardo Folayang at 1X on March 26th. JWP, how are you?
Mate, I'm very well, thank you. Very excited. My last fight, so yeah, training's going well.
Absolutely, and before we get to all that, Queensland have been in the grips of a great flood up there. Has that affected you on the Gold Coast?
We've been quite lucky so far. My gym and my house are both on slight rises, so yeah, haven't been flooded yet, but yeah, it's pretty sad for the people that have been affected. Yeah, a friend of mine, he's a professional painter, and then his art room got destroyed, so he lost like hundreds of thousands of dollars of his art pieces, all just in the bin. So yeah, just devastating for people that are losing their livelihood. It's very sad.
Absolutely, yeah. Last time we caught up, you were getting ready to face Nikki Holzkin, and obviously that one didn't go your way. But how do you look back on that one, and sort of what did you take away from it?
Oh, it was looking back. I had 9 months from surgery to back in the cage, so a little bit underdone in my prep. I couldn't run, and because I couldn't run, my weight didn't come off. And because my weight didn't come off, I ended up losing a lot of money because I didn't pass the hydration test that the one championship do. Yeah, it was a long day at the weigh-in. I think I was there for approximately 10 hours, trying to pee, trying to drink, trying to pee, trying to pass. And then luckily I passed the hydration test with 10 minutes before the weigh-in closed. So I just scraped in. And then, yeah, the fight didn't go according to plan, but it is what it is. I'm happy I got to share the ring with such a legend in Nikki. And then this fight is going to be completely different. The zero pain from this stage. I'm running twice a day. Fitness is good. Weight's coming down. And just the excitement of knowing this is the last one. So I've been putting in the work and making sure I'm fit and no excuses, and hopefully finish on a high and go out with that 100 wins.
Yeah, so you touched on the hydration test there. Did you sort of have you sort of, I guess it's a different thing. It's an unusual thing that one championship do, and sort of having done it now once, do you feel like you're better equipped to sort of handle that this time around?
Oh, definitely. I'm taking it a lot more serious this time around. Getting my weight down now. I want to be walking around at fight weight, so when I get there, there's no surprises. Last time I made because like I said before, I couldn't run. And then I tried to cheat the system, which I knew was impossible. But I arrived in Singapore at 84, and then the fight was at 77. And then a lot of the guys that do the competitions, they say try and get to 76 and drink a liter. And hopefully that'll help hydrate your body before you get to the weigh-in. But over to the weigh-in, they checked my urine. They said, "Mate, you're so dehydrated. This is crazy." So yeah, I ended up having to drink 6 liters of water before I finally passed. So it was way over. But and then the worst part was I get head kicked, I get stopped. We go from the venue straight back to the hotel. I go straight to the room to do a Zoom meeting with the company accountant. And she goes, "Oh, so before we go anywhere, there's an iPad in front of you. If you just want to sign away $15,000 of your prize money to Nikki." It's like, oh no. And then I had to sign another 5,000 Singapore tax as well. So I lost 20,000 US before I even seen my prize money, which was absolutely devastating, especially when back in the old days I would have killed anyone for like $1,000, let alone giving away 20. That's just ridiculous. But lesson learned. This time now that I'm running and now there's no zero pain, the weight's falling off quite easily. I should be able to make this one quite comfortably. So I'm a lot more better in my head this time around.
Absolutely, and now JWP, I want you to be honest with me here. This next fight is obviously being touted as your retirement fight, and we have heard this one before. Is this really the last dance?
Unfortunately, yes. So this is my third retirement. Unfortunately, this is so crazy. But the first one, I was just purely burnt out. I've been going 25 years, no stop, non-stop. And then I came back again with a different desire to enjoy myself instead of treating it as a job. It was now fun because I wanted to be there. I didn't have to be there. I wanted to be there, and then everything changed. Everything got so much more better. And then the second time, my hip was screwed. I needed a hip replacement. And now that's fixed. And now, unfortunately, this time, Father Time, as much as I want to say he can be defeated, he's undefeated. He's the man. You can't get near him. when I watch guys at my age competing, I go, oh, look at this guy. Look at, he won't let it go. Let it go, buddy. You're an old man now. And now all of a sudden I'm that guy. It's like, damn it. I'm the old guy now. That sucks. But yeah, I'm so happy to it's 35 years career. Not many people can say they've spent that many years competing. And then I seen a good meme yesterday. The meme was always be wary of an old man in a young man's sport. So I must be doing something right if I stay this long. So, so
Absolutely. Do you feel the effects of it now? Like, do you feel like the body's sort of slowing down a little bit, or is this just purely just a call that as a result of being in the game for a long time?
uh, yeah, I feel like I'm hitting as hard as ever. Speed's still there, I believe. My power is definitely there. I feel like I'm hitting super hard. Cardio's still fine. I'm doing my runs every day. I feel amazing. Like, but I know deep down that I'm getting old, and in the morning sometimes I wake up a bit more sore than I would be when I was a bit younger. But I still have the same passion I had for the sport when I was a teenager. But now my kids are competing in martial arts regularly. I got to not be so selfish and just worry about me. Now it's time to share my knowledge with the kids and put my time behind them and help them become champions and help them live the dream that I lived, traveling the world and competing everywhere and making the magazines and fighting on TV. So if I can push them to that level, yeah, my work here is done then. So, and the kids love it. The kids, Jesse, my son, just competed yesterday in a gi no gi competition, jiu-jitsu competition. I won double gold. He's absolutely obsessed with these jits. So it's so cool to see not just Muay Thai, but just the kids have a passion for martial arts in general. It's and to hopefully I can be like a little bit of a role model too to show them that you don't have to get a normal job to live comfortably. You can make $1 from living your passion. If I do well this fight and I can get the bonus, that means I've paid my house off completely all through fighting. So I want to try and be the guy that can inspire my kids. Look, if I can do it, why don't you chase your dream and you can do it too? So, and that's just not just for my kids, but for everybody. Why work in a job that you seriously hate when you can do something you love, and then every day is a blessing.
Absolutely, yeah, it's a great message there, and yeah, touched on your kids' careers there. Obviously, we saw Jazzy in the boxing ring recently, collecting a title there. Is boxing something that she's pursuing at the moment, or are we going to see her in the one cage sometime soon? What's the direction there?
Yeah, she just signed a 3-fight deal with Ace Boxing here in Brisbane. She re-tore her hip. She had hip surgery last year, and then she spent the last 7 months recovering and rehab and building her strength back and getting everything perfect. And she had one Muay Thai fight back, and then one boxing fight back. Won the Australian boxing title, but then she re-tore her hip in the same spot. So unfortunately, the jits and the Muay Thai is a little bit too painful right now. But with the boxing, she's looking so good in the gym with her footwork and her hand speed and her power. So if she can make a little bit of money boxing while she recovers and still stay active and still get that ring experience, it's all beneficial down the road because back when I retired from Muay Thai for a year and boxed professionally, and when I came back to Muay Thai, it was the biggest blessing that I could have done in my career to incorporate the boxing skills with the Muay Thai skills and mold them all together. So if she does the same thing, her main goal is MMA. Her plan is you see all the UFC stars driving around in sports cars and flying in private jets. It's like, why do I want to have that lifestyle as well? So you'd be mad not to chase the money and chase what people are excited to watch now. So yeah, Muay Thai is a thing of the past. Everyone's MMA now.
Absolutely, yeah. But we've got one more tussle in Muay Thai before you sort of move on to that. So tell us about this matchup. Obviously, Folayang's he's fought his whole one career in MMA. So how did this one come about?
Oh, so it was a bizarre one. So I speak regularly with Mr. Chattree, the one championship promoter, and he's such a cool guy. He's so nice. And then he goes, "Oh, we want to do a legend versus legend match." And then somehow or other, Mr. Folayang's approximately my age, and he's a superstar in the Philippines and MMA world champion. And his main background is wushu, the kung fu style, Chinese style, with lots of spinning kicks and spinning back fists and spinning elbows, and it's quite exciting style. And it's mainly a pure striking style too. So for him to do as well as he did fighting MMA, that's amazing. But his pure passion is striking. So with his kung fu style versus my Muay Thai style, it's a very interesting matchup. And considering it's on the same card as Demetrius Johnson and Rotang with their mixed fight as well, it's a crazy card. Every fight is so cool, and to be part of the madness, I'm just absolutely so stoked to have my time fight on one of the biggest shows of the year.
Absolutely, yeah. It's going to be a fun one to watch. I think any one championship fan just can't wait for this one. But
Yeah.
how do you feel you guys match up then with the wushu versus Muay Thai thing? Like, how do you view it?
I have to be cautious about just walking into silly shots. So I have to take my time, explode in, do my business, and get back out before anything crazy happens. With the wushu style, it's very unpredictable. So a spinning back fist can come out of anywhere, a spinning back kick or a side kick or a stomp up onto the top of the thigh to buckle your knee, or it's just there's so many variables that I won't be used to. But I train hard. I'll do everything in my possibility to make sure that I come out unscathed. And pressure. My thing, my whole career has been pressure, 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 pressure. No one likes it. So if I can get him on the back foot and make him freeze, and then hopefully that can be my way to win.
Obviously the fight's under Muay Thai rules. Does it feel like he's stepping over into your world a little bit?
Yes, that's the beauty of this fight because it is Muay Thai rules. He's still going to be unpredictable, but at the same time, I have the advantage of doing this 100, and this will be my, I think, 135th Muay Thai fight. So, yes, it's pretty cool. It's very exciting. Yeah, I just hope I can overwhelm him with my pressure and power and make it exciting. So now, One Championship are doing 50,000 US bonuses for 3 fighters of the night. So my main goal is to go out there, put on the most exciting, crazy, adrenaline pumped, action packed fight I can possibly achieve. Get the win, get the 100, get the bonus on the biggest show of One Championship's career so far, and just finish on a high. So my last chapter of my book can be just one that resonates with everyone to make it exciting. Yeah.
That'd be a nice little retirement package there. But yeah, recently you had a nasty bout of COVID. Have you got any sort of lingering effects from that one?
Luckily, yeah, nothing. Yeah, I had the flu symptoms for 2, maybe 3 days at the most, but I had the heart pain for 7. So even though the flu cleared up, I just felt like I was going to have a cardiac arrest at any second. So the second day I was a bit nervous, and I told my wife, "Oh, this doesn't feel right." And then the third day I was like, "Oh, look, I better go to hospital." And then my main concern was not so much about the COVID itself, but I didn't want to die in front of my family. I thought if they come in the room and I'm purple and blue, and it's going to give them more nightmares than it would be for me so I thought if I'm gonna die, I might as well die in the hospital. So the once I got to the hospital, I was like, "Oh, screw this! I want to go back home again. I'd rather die at home now." But yeah, it's such a weird virus. So many people inundated me with messages, and everyone that's had it no one's got the same symptoms. It's so weird. Um, yeah, but that was probably one of the most scared I've been from a cold. Just laying in hospital and then thinking about all the good things and saying your goodbyes in your head, and oh well, if I go, I can't complain. It's been fun. And then luckily I pulled out the other side. So, but at that one stage there, I thought, oh no, if tonight's tonight, oh thank you so much it's been great. Yeah, it's pretty daunting. I was as weird as it sounds, I was content with, oh well, if this is the time, I guess it's the time. And then when I pulled through, I was like, oh thank God. But at the same time, I got no complaints. I'd rather go out early and then be remembered instead of dying of something slow like cancer, like my dad had to go through for months of just agony. I think the beauty of COVID is you get to say goodbye and then you go. Whereas the other ones, yeah, it's just prolonged and painful and just evil. So yeah, at the end of the day, if I had my choice, I definitely choose COVID to say my sayonara's.
Well, we're glad you did pull through JWP, and it's good to hear that you've got no lingering effects from it. But yeah, back to the fight. As you touched on there, you're sitting on 99 wins in Muay Thai. So what would it mean for you to ride off into the sunset with 100 wins in the bank?
Oh, mate, this is the dream. How many people get invited to the 100 club? There's not many fighters that can say they're a lifetime member. So it would just be such a perfect way to finish my career. It's been so amazing so far, and just to finish on that pinnacle of winning that 100 is just this is my third fight attempting it. The last one I didn't get to do too well against Nikki because I got stopped. But the two before that, I swear I won. The both fights went to decision. We're standing in the center ring. The referee's got my wrist. I'm waiting for to raise my hand up and to celebrate. And then unfortunately they call the other guy's name. It's like, what? Oh no! I could have sworn I just did enough to win that. But all things come to those who wait, and I think this is God's plan to make this one the special one. So deep down inside, I just had this feeling this is the one. So, and I couldn't be happy that even though it sucked to lose those two other times or three other times, it makes it even more special to win this one.
And what a stage to do it on it'd be. But yeah, I'm going to play devil's advocate here. If and I know you're not entertaining the idea of a loss, but if it were to happen, would you be tempted to go back to the cage one more time?
Uh, yeah, I don't know. I maybe not. I don't know. It's a hard one. As much as I want to, this is my last one. I'm mentally prepared to make this one my last one. I'm gonna give it everything I got, and then any niggles that I have, I'm pushing through. I just want to make this fight super exciting and super fun, and just I'm 46 in May. I don't want to be that guy that's still fighting at 46. So I'll be 45 when the fight happens, and after that, once I turn 46, it just seems yeah, it just seems a little bit strange to be fighting so old, and everyone's so young. I don't want to fight some 20-year-old killer that's going to take my head off either. So I don't want to be that guy, the gatekeeper. I don't want to be the gatekeeper. I just want to I want to ride off on my unicorn and finish my career and yeah, just get that 100.
Absolutely, and there was some respectful back and forth between yourself and Dan Hardy a little while back. Was that
Oh
one ever
man,
seriously discussed, or was that just a social media beat up in the end?
I thought it was going to happen. He's such a nice guy. We had plenty of respect for one another. He's done lots of great things in MMA and UFC and fought George St. Pierre for the title and comes world credentialed. The only drawback was his last fight was 2011, I believe, before he had the problems with the wolf heart syndrome. Um, yeah, so it is a long time between fights, and I once all the hype started building on the social media, I approached one championship and said, "Oh, look, this is going crazy. What do you think about me versus Dan?" And they were like, they had no interest whatsoever. They even though Dan's such a big name, I think even it's maybe a liability with what happened with the heart. This is before it got all cleared and everything else. But it's about Marcus. It would have been cool. It would have been nice to have Dan on my resume, just as a not just win or lose, but just to say that I fought him. It would have been cool. But Folayang's twice as scary and twice as fit, and comes with the MMA world title credentials, and he's got the runs on the board and a superstar. So it's even more exciting at the end of the day. So even the one that got away ended up being better anyway. So it's all good. I'm happy either way.
Definitely, and yeah, we're all happy as fans as well. But what does life after fighting look like for John Wayne Parr? What are you going to sort of fill your days with now that you're not going to be training for fights?
My gym's super busy right now. Morning classes, night classes, PTs, and then running around to different shows and going to the jiu-jitsu comps with my kids. And it's so hard to get any free time these days. So it's busy, but it's cool. So and I haven't fought for a year, so I've been busy running around. And now the fight's locked in, I've been knuckling down on my training. But for the last like before or just after COVID hit in 2020, it's been one of those weird situations where it's like everyone's got so much free time on their hand, no one can go anywhere. So it's I think I'll just be busy, and hopefully seminars can start again soon. I like traveling. I like visiting gyms. I like educate people on how to hurt other people. So yeah.
Well, definitely, you've got your PhD in that. That's for sure. So,
Yeah, yes.
yeah, we know that your legacy in fighting is secure at this point. But yeah, how would you like your legacy to be defined as you ride off into the sunset? Like, how would you like to be remembered as a competitor?
Hopefully, I can be that guy for not just Australia but for Westerners to to go to Thailand and uh, lose yourself in a camp and stay not just a week or a month, like stay long term, stay 3, 4, 6, 12 months, and just immerse yourself in the sport where you wake up, train, eat, have a nap, wake up, train, have dinner, have a nap, wake up, and then it's just get a few fights in the local stadiums and um, yeah, there's no better rush to go to another country and to just immerse yourself into something that's just so. I think Muay Thai, martial arts in general, is just so good for the soul. Between mind, body, and spirit, everything's working as one. And to do that in a country where you don't have to worry about outside influences, we can just concentrate on your training and your fighting. It's such a beautiful place to be. And then you realize life's not so bad. We put all these added pressures on ourselves, but if you can wake up, train, be fit, fight, win, make money, it's the ultimate lifestyle for sure.
Definitely, and you've obviously got a task in front of you in Eduardo Folayang. But when you look back, what's do you have a favorite memory from your career?
My time in Thailand, I got to compete about 40 odd times in the stadiums and in the TV shows and making the magazines and the newspapers and uh, being recognized by the Thais. And even now, people go to Thailand and they come back and, oh, I mentioned your name and everyone seemed to know who you were. And it's so humbling to left of impression in another country of all places, of Thailand. So I'm hoping I can be that guy that opened the doors for other Westerners to to just go out and just enjoy martial arts. It's really cool, and to be the first Aussie to fight Lumpini and King's birthdays and make the front covers of the magazines, and it's just if I can do it, hopefully that's going to open up doors for everyone else now. So um, yeah, I just want to be the pioneer. It's not like the cage Muay Thai. No, I was probably the first one to do the cage Muay Thai with the MMA gloves. So just trying to raise the bar for everybody and make it more exciting.
I'm glad you mentioned CMT there. Is that dead and buried now, or is that something that we might see a revival of down the track?
Uh, Maybe we've done 10 shows, and then unfortunately I lost a little bit of money on 3 of them. And then when you lose money and then you make up for the next show, it's okay. But the last 2 shows I lost money, and then I did another show, then lost money again. It's like, oh no, that hurts so bad. When you lose twice in 2 shows, it so sucks. And I'm that guy that I got to pay my bills. I won't leave anyone hanging. So I'd rather get money out of my house and make sure everyone's paid up. So I have no bad karma. I don't want to be that guy that skips on his bills, because then you yeah, being a fighter myself, I know what it's like not to be paid by the promoter. So um, we'll see what happens in the future. But for now, I'm so excited for one championship to take my idea and run with it, and to put it on the world stage with the elite of the elite, to see the Rotungs and the everyone that's fighting with the MMA gloves on now, and it's just normal now. It's just like just another day of the fights. But once upon a time, um, I remember my first show. I absolutely got bombarded by people telling me that I've bastardized the sport, and like how could I do this? And the only reason I'm doing this is to try and make money, apparently. It's like, well, yes, I am. I don't know what kind of a business person you are, but that's a good. Yes, I am trying to make money, and plus exciting too. If the MMA guys can wear MMA gloves, what's the difference between us and them? We want to fight just as exciting, and because there's no takedowns, we can fight twice as exciting because we know we can stand and trade in the pocket and not have to worry about double leg. So yeah, I think it's to sit back and watch one championship with the way they're running things, it makes me very, very proud that I could help be that guy to influence everyone.
Absolutely. And before I let you go, do you have any sponsors or anyone you'd like to shout out? I'll hand the reins over to you.
Oh, I'd just like to thank Monster Energy, Triumph United, Hans Mullenkamp for giving me the opportunity to represent the companies. Of course, Boon Tree Gym. If you're ever in the Gold Coast and you want to come and do some training, come and hit us up. After March, I'll be retired, so I've got all the time in the world to give PTs and teach classes, and so always happy to help everyone in the sport to be the best that they can possibly be. And besides that, yeah, thank you for the opportunity to have a chat, and please tune into my last fight on March 26th in Singapore.
Absolutely. And viewers not in Singapore can catch all the action on the One YouTube channel or on the One app. JWP,
Yes.
thank you so much for taking the time and all the best at 1X.
Hey, thank you so much for that. Thank you.